Well, capitalism usually ran by a bunch of capitalists, isn't it?
Yes, sir. That's right.
I had to throw that out there, man.
Motherfucking capitalists.
I want to say commies, but there's a difference.
There's a difference. And there are, the only commies left are in China and Cuba. You know, and China's...
is it Cuba?
Cuba.
That one deadly-ass disease that's just come out not too long now. They're trying to combat that down there in Cuba.
Yeah.
The Cuban military is fighting that disease right now, trying to keep all the mosquitoes out.
They've always had trouble with
So I don't know if I'd want to go to
mosquitoes.
Cuba right now or not. I might get gassed. Think about it.
Yeah.
But they're going to have a hard time fighting that. Because mosquitoes larvae on top of water.
Yeah.
You got plenty of ocean around it.
Now, it needs to be still water, but there's plenty of that every time it rains. You know, every puddle can be a birthing ground. Yeah, we've been fighting mosquitoes for...
That's why if you fight, like run across some property and there's a bunch of old tires off in little corners. Well, all them tires, right around them tires, freaking breeding ground for mosquitoes. How do you figure? There ain't no water there. Yeah, there is. Tires are setting up. There's water down inside them. That's breeding grounds, man.
Yep.
Every one of them tires are setting up that has water in them.
Yep. Even if they're on their side. Even if they're on their side, they get water in them because it's like that, and so there's even on their side.
The dip on the sidewalls of the tires.
Yes, they and the rain comes in at an angle in through the. So even if they're laying on their side, they're still a breeding ground.
There's just a few little drops in the bottom, little tiny puddle, man. There's still freaking larvae in there from a mosquito, I guarantee it.
Yep. Yep.
If there ain't, there won't be long where there will be.
What Sunday we were over at Heidi's and they were doing yard work and I was watching them do yard work.
Yeah.
Mosquitoes. I killed at least 8 mosquitoes. Big mosquitoes.
Well, the next street over there on Southwest, right behind it's that creek, man.
Yeah.
It connects up with the Call Rivers.
And lots of puddles and shit. Yeah, no, there's all kinds of places
But
for
where
water
there's water
to
laying,
collect.
just still water, man. I'll guarantee you there's mosquito larvae in it.
Well, the damn pool, they didn't get it drained till a month ago.
I wouldn't doubt there's probably still a tiny little bit over there in the bottom of it, unless they just completely dried it all up.
It looks okay, but it's not the only source of water around here. I was just surprised. February 21st. First, it's a record high, 75 degrees, and there are mosquitoes everywhere. It's like they knew it was going to happen.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
Did I ever tell you when I moved in here that the street light right outside here, the street light would go out and come on and go out and come on?
Yeah.
It did that for
I remember one day I was down there. It wasn't all that long ago, Mike. They changed that over. It's now got the little
LED
type balls in. What
yeah,
called?
It's the only one in the park. It has a completely different light. It's white light and all the others are orange. Well, that one, the next one down over there in front of 50,
yeah.
Last night it started blinking. Goes off, comes on.
Time change it out.
Goes off. Yeah.
They put them newer type balls in there, man, and they take that little dumb thing away.
That's
They
right.
just put the light bulb in there, no dome of anything. It just brightens up the whole fucking area. What's on.
They're at least twice as bright as the old street lights.
And they don't get hot.
Yep.
They're cool to the touch while they're operating.
That's pretty cool.
And hey,
Didn't know
that's
that.
saving energy right there, man. Not using so much power to burn.
That's right.
But they put out more light. Well, you take the dome off, man, it's going to just shine everywhere. That's the way it's supposed to be.
Well, it's not just the dome. It's because it's a different kind of light.
Right. The bulb, it's a different type of bulb.
I think they're LEDs.
LED lights, yeah, that's what they
I
are.
think it's an LED.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. It's certainly bright at night, you know, and it never blinks. It's on all the time.
That's an LED. They got a whole bunch of little LED lights in.
Uh-huh.
I was checking it out one day, looking up at it. Yeah, they changed a lot. That's all them LED lights. No wonder that sunbit's so freaking bright at night, man, when it's on.
Yeah.
But they are brighter lights, man.
Yep.
Saves
almost
a whole lot
like-
of money putting those in all over.
Yeah, that's why they're putting them in one at a time. But you know, you can see it's I'm amazed at how much light there is in the street in front of my house in the
Yeah.
middle of the night. It's pretty cool. If it starts blinking, no,
Turn
I'm doing
blinking,
it.
this old bulb just burning out. Last few lights.
Well, see, there's also a problem in that all of my life, when I have passed street lights, they have gone out.
Have some kind of detector on. It's not working right.
I think it's
Like a
magic.
motion detector.
I think it's magic. But, you know, or they react to strong psychic waves, whatever label you want to put
all
on
these
it.
sensors they have out nowadays, man. No wonder a person can't work on these newer cars nowadays.
That's right.
All these sensors they have on them. And the engine, inside the engines, they have sensors on inside those too.
You know Heidi's little convertible over here?
Yeah, that some bitch has a lot of freaking sensors on.
Yeah, and she bought
It's a freaking mighty Mopar, man.
she bought a new battery because the battery was down and it started up, but then the battery, the short in there, something ran the new battery down, and the sensor says there's a problem between the starter and the battery, and they have to pull the engine. They have to jack the engine up to get to the starter.
Get to the starter.
Yeah, isn't that bullshit?
Jesus Christ. Is it front wheel drive?
I don't know. Probably.
That probably is. I wouldn't doubt it. That little black car she drives, that little convertible.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it is front wheel drive. But that's why, man. If the front wheel drive cars, they're a pain in the ass to work on. I don't like working on.
Exactly. They have made them
If
so
it's a rear
only
wheel drive car,
professionals.
man, I will work or try to work on a son of a bitch.
Uh-huh.
If it ain't too much wrong with it.
Yeah. Surface. If it's on the surface, the wires, the alternate. Well,
It comes with all that
I don't
computer
even know.
stuff and all them freaking sensors and stuff. You got me
Nope.
lost. But the mechanical part, the engine, the stuff mounted on the outside of the engine, yeah, I can deal with that stuff.
The
As
only
long
car-
as it's an alter or a generator, battery.
the only cars that I would
Nothing
work
more.
on, if I were ever going to
Electronic
work,
ignition, I go that far, but I can't go any further. But I don't know much about it.
if I were
Jackson
ever going to
doesn't
work on a car again, it would be only if it was from the 60s or the 70s or the
Yeah.
50s or anything before the 70s.
Yeah.
You know, those cars I would work on.
That's what I'm talking about. That's one I'm talking about.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, a starter, 2 bolts and 1 wire. You know, 2 bolts to hold it in and 1 wire to connect it up, ready to go. I mean,
Yeah. Well, actually, 2 wires.
oh, you got
For
your
your tail, unless your solenoid is mounted on the freaking fender wall
oh well,
on
sometimes
the body.
yeah.
Like some Fords, man. Chevrolet, you have your solenoid right on top of your battery with your battery.
That's
Most
true.
of Chevy.
But if you're getting your ground from your chassis, all you need is the power wire.
Ground from your
Chassis.
chassis to the engine.
To the starter, to any of the components. If they're connected, if the chassis is the negative of the electric and all you need is the positive. The last one I changed out, okay, it was like a 72 Pontiac, I think.
Pontiac?
Yeah.
Well, different manufacturers too, but mostly all GM bolt patterns are the same.
Yeah.
Just the manufacturers is different. Whether it's Pontiac or Oldsmobile, there's difference.
You're talking about the
and
wheels?
The locations of your freaking oil filters on your engine.
Well, yeah, they're all different, but they're all similar.
But yeah, they're all the same size engine, just the make of the model.
You could get to them easier. There was room to work on them in the day. You know, when you that 6-cylinder.
The old Chevy or where you crawl underneath the car, man. You get them old pickup trucks, start get right to the fucking starter as easy as hell.
On those old 56 Chevys with a 6-cylinder, you could get in the engine compartment with the engine and pull the hood down. There was enough room.
Yeah. Yeah, sure was. Little bitty old 6-cylinder, man.
Yeah.
Looked like something come out of a lawnmower. Big old heavy-duty lawnmower.
Yeah. But they ran and they ran and they ran. And they ran.
They were easy to work on.
Oh, shit. They had to be. If I could work on them, they're easy. So Sunday when we were over at Warren's, Glenn was there. He got a phone call. One of his friends had died. Well, I guess it's a week for death.
Yeah.
I mean, we're talking a young guy that they didn't expect to die. I didn't hear the details, but his friend Bob is dead. Oh, Hazel got a job at McDonald's.
Hazel?
Glenn's mom.
Oh,
she was working at the laundromat.
McDonald's here in Bonner?
Yeah. I guess. I don't know of one in Tongi.
McDonald's here in Bonner?
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah.
Or up there around the ledges somewhere, I think there's McDonald's.
I think it's here, and they come to Bonner all the time. I'm pretty sure it's Bonner.
That's whatever's on, up and down State Avenue there.
Yeah.
There's McDonald's here and there.
They come to Bonner all the time. They got friends in Bonner and stuff, so.
There's one there in Bonner, 7 Highway.
Yep.
And then you cross the river going out Johnson County towards Shawnee and on out that way. Look, there's McDonald's on down the road, I think, somewhere.
On down 7, you mean? Yeah. No, yeah. If you go towards Johnson County, they start popping up like mushrooms.
So if you go just across the river and down 7 a little ways, man, you'd be up on McDonald's before long, I'm sure. I think there's one out that way.
There's a lot of them. Johnson County's full of them.
Yeah, then you run into Shawnee Mission Parkway. Go back east, man. You run into a McDonald's, guarantee it.
Every few miles. I was just down that way last week when I went to the movies.
Yeah, see, when I was a